Kyle Gray. I'm going to take a couple minutes to show you guys how to make your hustle reports and how to do them quickly and how to share them properly and how to get feedback on them so that you guys can communicate with each other and help each other achieve your goals. So let's open up all right. So first, let's look in here. We're in the Heroes Challenge folder, and we can see our Hustle Report template right here. We'll take a look at that in just a second. But if we look into the Hustle Reports folder, this is where we're going to leave our document. So let's take a look at this. So a Hustle Report is going to be your kind of connecting the dots to achieving your goal. You're going to fill a new one of these out every week, or at least update an old one. And this will be taking the objectives and the key results from your big statement, your big goals for this, and making little progress each week to doing that. So hopefully by the end of this mastermind, you'll have 8 or 9 of these documents that will show you your path to, or that will show how the path you've taken to achieving your goal. These are also a great way to share with the group, tell everybody kind of where you're at and what you're working on right now, and invite some feedback or some ideas to what you're doing. So let's take a look. So right here we have some instructions on creating and sharing the report. Once you're done, just delete this. You'll just put your name here, put the meeting date right here. And this will also be the title. So it'll be 2015, November 28 in this case, and then your name, which you'll put it up here. I'll show you up here. I have that on mine. This just makes it easy to stay organized each week and quickly refer to what date you need. Add your business name in here. And yeah, the first section is your progress section. And so these are the things that you've accomplished this week. What did you achieve? What did you really finish that moved you closer to one of your goals in your big statement? So here in the bold, give us a kind of a brief description of what happened and then expand on it here in the text. And again, write this in a way that you can invite ideas from people or invite feedback from people. So explain why this was important to you, explain why it was part of your goal, and see what kind of ideas other people will have for you or next steps. So some good examples are publish my sales page or ate a vegetarian diet all week. Either one of these, depending on what your goals are, would be good kind of solid indicators of moving forward towards your goals. You don't want something that's vague or didn't really get you any closer to what you're trying to do. So plans. The plan section is just what you plan to do the following week. So you would change this to the Friday, the date of whatever the coming Friday is. In this case, it's December 4th. And then just like you do in your plan section, write a brief description of what you're going to do and why that's important. And again, make sure you write it in a descriptive way so that if somebody, you know, maybe had a better suggestion of what you should do to achieve your goals this week, or they weren't quite sure why you were doing that, you would be able to explain it to them here. Ideally, you'd be able to, at the end of this week, just copy this section from your plans section and paste it into the progress section, and just change all of the verbs you have in this section to past tense. Ideally, that's you achieving what you wanted to do and moving on to your next steps. So again, some examples: contact 15 businesses about my product, or create 5 illustrations for publishing. These are solidifiable, did you do these, yes or no kind of facts. It's really important to have these and measurable small wins that you can make each week towards your goal. Problems. This is probably the most important and interesting section of the document. This is where I encourage a lot of you to look when you're reviewing other people's documents, and make sure you spend the most time explaining your problems if you're here. So again, kind of the short one-line description, something that's a show-stopping problem. It's not something that you're going to be able to look up in Google and find the solution to easily. This is going to, give people as much detail as they can, or explain how they can help you. And priorities. These should in some form or another reflect what your big statement is, or what your goals were. So if you wanted to have your business launched, then priority number one should be business launch. If you want to have a better diet, lift more weights, lose weight, run farther, whatever your main goal is, this should be your priority. And this also, when you're reviewing other people's reports here, take a look and see if what they have in their plans and their progress section is aligning with their priorities. If priority number one is, again, launching a business for some reason, and in the upper sections, they're only talking about things not related to that, then you should invite, or you should question them and ask them why they didn't make any progress towards this, or give them some suggestions on how they can do that. And finally, down here in the section, what help looks like to me, give people a little bit more of an explanation on how you could help them. Make sure, just writing through this whole report, people know how they can help you and how they can contribute. All right, let's take a look at one of mine really quickly. I just typed this together. So in my progress this week, I built a landing page for my content management training. I'll put a little link to it here if you guys want to check it out. I followed up with 2 prospects. Should probably be doing a few more of this, but we're moving towards it slowly and surely. So I've got 1 prospect that requested a proposal for my services, and one should have a final answer to me if they want to get started by the beginning of next week. All right, here's my plans section, and so I added in Friday, December 4th in the bracket there. I'm going to launch my service by sharing it on different Facebook groups, forums, social media, and just drawing a lot of traffic to the landing page, getting attention for it. I'll hopefully find a place to publish a guest post I've been writing, which should, again, drive a little bit of traffic to my site and get a little bit of attention. Get a total of 50 students enrolled in the Udemy course I just launched. These will probably be free, but I just want to get a little bit of traffic in there. And now that the final season is over for universities, we should be able to get a few students interested. And create an outline for a WP Curve case study. This is going to be one of the pillar pieces of content on my site. And I'm going to break down everything I'm doing, or everything I've done in the last year for WP Curve on one really big post, which should show the depth of my experience and everything I've done, which will demonstrate how I can, a lot of the ways that I can be a good content management trainer and hopefully attract some customers. So problems, don't have my problems in here yet, but stay tuned for that. And priorities. So my number 1 priority, get customers into content management training services. Yeah, lock them down. That's the goal for this mastermind. Okay, so once this is finished, it's pretty easy to move it into the folder. I'm just going to go here to Hero Project, drop down Heroes Challenge 1, that's our group, and put it into the Hustle reports. So now we'll see mine appear right here. And it looks like people are already having a few in here. So over the weekend and over the current week, please start reviewing and leaving comments on everybody else's reports and give them help. This should enable us By each week when we have the call, everybody should have reviewed all of these reports and have a fairly good understanding of where the whole group is. This will make our calls much more valuable, much more interesting, and yeah, much more engaging for everybody. We'll be able to hopefully cut through some of the fluff or the talk that's not valuable and really get into some stuff that's important for us. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have any questions, please message me in the Slack group. See ya.